When word went around that Hospice was purchasing the Christian Life Center property and intended to treat it with respect for its history, there was a collective community sigh of relief, because it's a place that changed many lives. And with the plans that Hospice has for that property, it's a place that in a different way, I think, can continue to affect lives.
It has quite a history. Initially, there was Dr. Cunningham, who had a theory that if you put people in purified, pressurized air, they would be cured of tuberculosis, diabetes, and other related diseases. And so this wonderful facility was built. There was a steel sphere. What became the chapel at the Christian Life Center was actually a pump house, and they had huge pumps pushing air through multiple filters into storage tanks, which built up the pressure, and that started the whole thing. And so people would go in and be pressurized, then they would come out and convalesce in the hospital by the lake. It didn't work. Or it didn't meet, I guess, all the expectations and the potential that it had. The hospital went belly up, and Catholic Charities came along and bought the property for pennies on the dollar. And it was initially used as a home for orphaned girls.
My mother spent, I don't know how many years or months there. She felt safe when she was at St. Joe's on the Lake, and she made many friends there too. I don't know how, without having a real role model, my mother was such a good mother, and I gotta think it was that place.
At that time, in the country, the Catholic Youth Organization was developing, and there was a tremendous movement for a retreat program. And so from that point on, the center then became a place for spiritual enrichment, personal peace, personal reconciliation, a lot of different things. Probably at our best time, we would have between 8,000 and 10,000 people going through the doors in one way or another, whether it was for an afternoon program, a weekend program, or a week-long program. It was just so many people from so many places. It was really and truly holy ground.
I know as far as the community was concerned, it was a very popular place, both for people who used the religious side of it to do pre-Cana or weekend retreats, or a lot of times they did different retreats as far as healing, whether someone was going through a death or a divorce or something tragic in their life. So it really helped out a lot of people that way.
I actually was inside the Christian Life Center for a brief time a little while ago. To walk in and see it in the tremendous state of disrepair was really sad. The memories that people have of that place are golden. The building itself is a building, and buildings get old. And I don't know that it really could be brought back to the luster that it once had and equal what people remember it to be. So while it's sad to see the building come down, people do have the memories, and Hospice is doing a wonderful job of preserving those memories.
We're respecting the building. We still look at a building as a living entity. So we're inside, we've hand dismantled railings, doors, ceiling fixtures. The wood will be coming out as well for reuse. Everything is being identified, and the idea is that it will be either be reused or resold for value and or recycled, but not landfilled.
We in the community are very pleased that Hospice has the property. I grew up in this neighborhood. I know the historical significance of this. I know how people felt in the neighborhood. And I look forward to the day that we point to this as truly one of the outstanding green spaces in the city of Cleveland.
It was always a place of healing. Whether it was for people with tuberculosis, diabetes, to orphans needing a place to be and to be safe, to young people being able to come together in a safe environment, to ultimately the retreat piece. There's a song done by Weston Priory, and in it the verse says, persons come into the fiber of our lives, and then their shadow fades and disappears. But all I ask of you is remember me as loving you. And that's what I would hope, that people remember the love they experienced.
All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. Deep the joy of being together in one heart, and for me that's just where it is. All I ask of you is forever to remember me as loving you. As we make our way